saying this is how much harder it's going to hit per interval, basically.
Yep.
So the more damage you do, the more damage it does.
Oh, so that's bonus damage per interval of the tick, so it's actually quite a bit.
So it raises every single time, like it recalculates how much damage you've taken, and then the next tick does more damage, and then more damage, and then more damage.
Oh, right. Fact, it ticks for 12 seconds. Yeah,
well, we have a very blue-purpley lineup for Virtus Pro. We got the Skyrath Mage, and hopefully... Oh, it's not going to be a Dendi Skyrath Mage, is it?
It could be, actually.
They're still thinking about it, but that would leave Kuroki with Magnus, Jungle Magnus. So I'm not really sure, but I do like the Skyrath Mage if you put him with a Clockwork as an offlane dual lane. Kind of works. But the question for me right now is, you can't kill the Darkseer in the top lane if you go with a Gyro and a Venomancer. You just can't.
Well, you can, actually. Level 1 Surge doesn't get you away from Gale. I mean, you'll be able to make some distance, but I guess where the creep wave meets now would be hard.
That's the thing.
You'd have to control the lane really well to get him out of position.
And the thing is, what will the Morphling Witch Doctor lane accomplish?
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they're probably just assuming that Na'Vi aren't going to be able to field an incredibly strong mid-game. Look at the 4 heroes that are supporting this Morphling. Witch Doctor is still strong mid-game. You have Puck, Darkseer, and Venge, all very mid-game centric heroes, and then it's very similar to the 4 Protect 1 that we used to see so often. Whereas Na'Vi, if that's a support Skyrath, he's not going to hit level 6 very fast. His ulti is really only useful in situations where you can find isolated targets in which Clockwork works well. But that's only being able to get really one hero out of the mix. So I don't know if Na'Vi are going to be able to apply that much pressure. I think it's going to be down to Na'Vi doing what they can to assume map control, because that's what they're going to need to do. But I'm not entirely sure if they picked a lineup that can do it that quickly.
And I think the key, the X factor, like some people like to call it, will be whether the bench will roam and get something going. Because killing that Magnus is going to be hard unless Puck is level 6. Because even if you stun him, if you get a good silence, which will be level 1 at best 2, I don't think Puck and bench can kill the Magnus unless he overextends too much.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard hero to kill for sure.
But the Skyrath Mage, you can pick on. The Clock even.
He's got like low strength gain, one of the lowest, I think.
Yeah,
he's like a Pugna. He just turns into dust basically every time you look at him.
Yeah.
They've gone for the same color lineup as our studio today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw the studio and they were like, you know what? This is a pretty good color.
Blue team.
Just pick around it.
Works. Pretty good. And Na'Vi going with Na'Vi. It's a Kuroki. Yeah, it's a Kuroki Skyrath Mage.
Dendi Magnus.
All right, so we're back inside of the game. We're going to see the lanes take shape. Like you said, we're going to see that Dendi mid-mag. Here's another thing, too, I want to bring up before we get things too far underway. Na'Vi have a great team for fighting, but they don't necessarily have a great team for pushing. I think that's kind of where the Magnus comes in. It's to try to make sure that you have some physical damage to be able to take down towers, because as great as Plague Wards are, in team fights, they only hit towers for 6 damage at level 4. I mean, it's piercing damage. The siege on Na'Vi is actually fairly weak.
Look at this.
And this is a level 1 Roshan coming out as well. They have the Voodoo Restoration at level 1.
Which is actually really good. Do you think Funny? No, I don't think Funny can suspect.
No, yeah, blow your brain. He's gone full agility. They say you never go full agility, but he's done it. I mean, this is their time. And Na'Vi has no idea because their team is so bad at level 1 Roshing, actually.
Well, they kind of have the Voodoo Restoration and the Venge.
Oh, this is huge.
Aura? Is it an Aura?
Yeah, he got Aura. You don't get Howl because it lets you see, basically, as soon as you throw it out. And Na'Vi have no clue what's going on.
I'm just checking the vision. Funnick was close.
Now everyone leave the pit and then Light of Heaven get level 5. Or G. One or the other.
No,
Quick,
no,
do it.
No. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, yeah, okay. That's,
yep. That's brilliant.
Good luck.
That is brilliant.
They had no clue.
No.
And Blow Your Brain's going to be able to get a regen too if he wants. He's going to convert some strength, so his laning phase is
Let's see if they can kick on from that, because that's really, really good.
Now, all of a sudden, we look at this and we're like...
They're going to all hit 6 earlier than Na'Vi.
There's a pretty significant laning advantage, especially when a Puck gets a free level 2.
Right.
And an Aegis. Like, G can do whatever he wants in this middle lane.
He's going to have fun. He doesn't care. He even dodges the...
And that comes to what you were saying about the fact that you send Dendi to lane, he's going to win his lane. So if you can stop him winning his lane, that's like a big part,
against the Puck, it would still be hard.
He wants to skewer. Dendi's playing aggressive, but he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He can just do basically anything. He's going to get level 3 at about the time that Dendi will hit 2. And this lane is still pretty lopsided for G anyway. and you throw being 2 levels ahead of Dendi into the mix, and he's going to get double waved more or less. I mean, this is looking really bad for Dendi. He's getting quite low.
He could
1 second on the orb. If he throws it out and lands it, although it's hard from this distance, a max range orb is very difficult to line up.
But if Dendi wants to go for a shockwave,
he knows.
And now you have to run away because you have the wave, and he can dive if he wants to. You can leave the Dendi behind.
Oh, he's going for it. He throws the orb. Dendi, what are you doing? What the heck?
Wow, well.
Okay, so I thought he would check G's mana there because that's kind of what anyone would do in that situation, but instead he just gives G a kill, and he maintains the Aegis. Now gets shockwaved and die.
Yep.
There we go.
It's fine.
Free regen.
Nothing. Well, he lost that creep of experience. Shame on you.
Yeah. I'm like so confused. Like I thought Dendi knew that for sure that he was going to try to do that.
G's almost level 5.
That was so obvious.
Level 5 2 minutes into the game.
That's crazy.
How about that?
Now the crazy thing is, if he gets a rotation from Avenge and he hits level 6 by like 4 minutes, that's a kill like every single time. Even if you scooter away, if you get Magic Missile coiled, it's going to be really hard for you to get away from that at this early stage. So definite good start here for VP. The one thing that's kind of hilarious though is that G doesn't have any more CS than Dendi. Like he gave away the first blood, but G was playing so aggressive that he actually missed a heck of a lot of farm. Here comes the cast on middle lane. Maldek's there as well. Dendi silenced mid-skewer. The orb comes out. He gets clipped by the orb from G, and that's Dendi down again. Brilliant rotation coming out from NS. He's opted for the 1-1-1, but I think he probably goes 2 Maledict here.
Yeah, 2 Maledict. That's pretty good. I mean, you still have just 1 in cask, which is not going to secure you many bounces, but you don't need that early game. You just need the first one to set up something, and maybe if you get lucky, a second bounce. And I'm actually surprised that they decided to rotate the Witch Doctor and not the Venge, but it's still working pretty well for them.
Well, if you think about it, a Vengeful Spirit can't do any damage once Dendi skewers away. But if you Maledict and you get all your damage dealt and then he skewers, he's still going to be taking the duration of Maledict. Right. So it's more damage to rotate that hero. So in a way, VP made the right call. And now G, even though his CS still isn't spectacular, I would say.
Doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to be because he's already 2-0, got an Aegis, and life's looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's going to hit 6 by like 3.5 minutes.
Yep, and now that's when Dendi has to be really, really scared, because at that point, you only just need RSR and one more person can kill him. Even if he harasses enough and maybe gets a lucky rune, he can solo kill Dendi pretty easily. Oh, he wants to go for it, I think. Yeah, he's going.
Coil, silence, orb to follow, and Dendi goes down again.
Unbelievable.
I rarely see Dendi. I'm gonna say, Magnus is not his best hero.
I can't disagree, considering their performance that I've seen so far.
But I don't remember seeing Dendi lose a lane that bad.
Yeah. It feels like he's really out of sorts because he had to have known that G was going to be close to level 6. He was level 5 when he died the second time. So just, I don't really know what to say. Dendi's just having an off game.
Yeah.
And it's not that he doesn't know the hero he's playing against, because I think he knows how to play Pack.
Yeah, I would say that.
And he, G's getting a haste rune.
This is just everything coming up roses right now.
The good thing going for Navi is that they're pushing that top tower, but they're using 3 heroes to do that. Yeah. And it's a really slow push because, as you said, it's just the wards, and the wards are good at killing creeps. But the tower,
yeah, and Dendi, he's going to be dying again. Yeah. He goes for NS. Skewer's going to be off the mark. Voodoo Restoration, not enough to keep him alive, but G, he gets another kill. It's a dominating streak for him. And in the meantime, tower going to be taken by Na'Vi. So they don't take that one on the chin, but man, this is so rough for Dendi.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know what it means.
It's probably
something like, God, I hate this game or something like that.
I would say it's got to be. It's got to be something like that.
I think you can safely say that VP came into today knowing they had to go all out and just win everything, because the way that they're playing is a completely different VP than I've seen almost, I think, in the entirety of the ASSRG Dream League.
Definitely.
They are playing with a plan. They are rotating smartly. They are going for this level 1 Roche with a team that was not a clear level 1 Roche team.
Right.
And it's been paying out for them. The Gyrocopter has the same farm as the Morphling. Gyrocopter does have a tower on his favor, but Virtus Pro has an Aegis, erosion kill. So in terms of gold, they're pretty much equal.
Definitely.
So when it gets to the late game and these 2 heroes start becoming more relevant, Gyrocopter is pretty scary, but Morphling, people say that he's kind of a weak hero after the nerf after TI2, But the only thing that was nerfed was kind of his early game and the shotgun build.
His animations, yeah. His animations got a pretty big hit. But his carry potential, if we're talking about like 1v1s, he will crush a gyrocopter.
Yep.
Like there's no way a gyro is going to outcarry a Morphling in the sense that if they ever fought like just by themselves, the Morphling would win. However, that's not really how the game works most of the time. It's just to say, yeah, Funnick.
Look at it go.
Why didn't you look at it go, Funnick? Why didn't you look at it go? Oh, man.
You know what this is? VP are doing to Na'Vi what seemed to have happened to VP in all the other games they played in before they started winning.
It's like, where was this VP at the beginning of the league?
Yes.
Like, they were the ones who were stood in lane and 3 dudes turn up and over.
And G gets another kill. This time it's going to be on top lane. He manages to solo Havos. So, being an over-leveled puck with a DD, he's level 9 this early into the game. Like, it's not even 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's a field game.
Unreal. Oh, unreal.
Isn't it nice? Like, you normally get one of those games where everything's going in your favor.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to G right now. He is having a field day. And against Na'Vi, that must feel good.
Yeah.
This is the game where you just say to your team, okay, I am power.
Yes.
Like, this is my time. This is what G is currently thinking right now. And as soon as he hits level 10, he's got his max burst potential, basically. And that is so early for a puck to have it. The one problem with the hero is that most of the time he needs a team to back him up in terms of damage. But here, he doesn't, G. He's going to spot out Dendi, throws out a silence, but I think he has to retreat here. He can't play too aggressive. Dendi goes for the RP cancel.
Nothing happened. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, the rotation comes there. They spot puck. They can't kill puck.
He wants revenge. He's like, you know what, man? You killed me in top lane.
Let's go.
I remember this.
Yeah, let's dance. I have a helicopter.
Panic has to be careful. And S and AA, if they get a stun, he's gone. He's just level 5. And he doesn't have anything going for him at the moment. On the other side, Light of Heaven, he went to the jungle at the beginning of the game. He just left the lane alone. Yeah. But right now, he's getting something. He's going to get that mech really, really soon. And with the mech and the pack being so over-leveled, Morphling, you want him in the late game, but if you need him to fight in the early game, he still can, because that waveform deals a lot of damage, and the positioning that he brings into the fight is pretty interesting. I'm not sure Na'Vi at this moment is in a position to defend against me.
Oh, Chi, top lane. Oh, call down barely misses right there on the second shot. G's going to be able to walk away and no kill. Between Skywrath, I think, and Mag, they should have a huge problem killing the puck. But you don't really want to use those abilities on the puck. You want to use it on the Morphling because he's the one who has the carry potential. So maybe the Morphling might even be forced into a BKB this game. Or at least a Manta, I guess. I think Manta would probably be the better choice.
Oh,
Arsart, Gale's going to be there. Dendi skewers. He's going to go in, get a double RP. Light of Heaven kind of backing up right here. He's like, I don't have my mech just yet. Skywrath ulti is going to be a bit off the mark. Stun onto Dendi. Arsart currently running up to the high ground. NS trying to heal him with the Voodoo Restoration as best he can, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Now NS could be in trouble. Funnick saves the hook shot, now throws it onto NS. And it's going to be 2 support kills for Na'Vi. And I got to say, they needed that.
Yeah. At the same time, it's 2 support kills. They don't kill Blow Your Brain, they don't kill Light of Heaven, nor G. They rotate a lot of heroes to do that, so it's not going to be much experience for anyone. And this is a game of catch-up right now, because BP, they started with a huge advantage. Na'Vi has to get closer and closer in experience, not only in gold. And if G, now with this smoke, can make something happen, they can pretty much go back and do as if these 2 support skill never happened.
Well, I think they should be able to get anyone they want fairly easily. Havos doesn't have a BKB, and here it comes. Maybe the coil. NS leading the charge, but Havos has phase boots. He's just too fast. And they give that one away, unfortunately. I think it would have been much better to let G lead that, because coil range is much longer than just a cask. So a bit of maybe miscommunication by the team of Virtus Pro. And that's going to let Havos get away for free.
But again, he's going away, but he can't really farm that lane anymore. He's going to resort to farming the easy camp in the neutrals. And now the tower is going to get pushed.
Radiant's middle tower.
This is the one downside to Virtus Pro as well, is that even though they can get all these kills, is their tower push isn't really that good either. So Na'Vi are going to have a lot of time to react to this, and G doesn't have his blink just yet, which is kind of strange because you would figure a 5-0 puck at 10 minutes would have a blink, but his CS still isn't really phenomenal. Dendi is actually higher farm than he is right now, just because of the way that Magnus works and he functions in the icons to spam.
Station coming mid, he will find Dendi, he can go for Dendi.
Yeah, Dendi's quite low, Silent's gonna be there, even throws at the coil. Dendi can't break this, he can't miss the orb either. I think he's just gonna drop. Hook shot in for Funnick, but it misses. Nice orb right there. Jaunts to it, gets himself out of harm's way. That looked a bit close for a second. I thought Dendi might be able to live through that. Top lane in the meantime, NS, he's going to get caught out by the silence. Kuro just gets evaporated by a magic missile and a maledict. And G, he picks up a double kill. I think he's just taking all his team's kills to make sure that he's like the MVP. He doesn't have a single assist.
7-0-0.
This is like the strat where you feed kills to one guy and then you kill that guy and your carry gets all the farm. What was that called, that strat?
That was the tactical feed strat.
Tactical feed strat, that's what this is. Havost is going to kill G and get 1 billion gold and buy a rapier and win.
He's already worth like what, 700?
Oh,
give or take. Blink in, silence on Dendi, swap back in, magic missile.
Your game today.
What has he done, 6 times, is he?
He's 2 and 6.
6 times, wow.
I mean, he got 2 of the 3 kills on his team.
Yeah.
But he got 6 of the 9 death of his team.
Yeah, it's a hard life. You know what I really think is important to note about this game, though, is that I don't think this strategy would have worked nearly as well if they didn't get level 1 Roshan.
Yeah.
Because all their supports, especially, they need those levels. They need level 2 really fast to make sure you have Cask and Maledict, or in this case, it was Cask and Voodoo Restoration. Right. So the level 2 straight away changes the dynamic of the lane so much that they're able to just abuse Dendi in middle lane. And G kills him solo twice, which obviously should not have happened.
Ever.
But Dendi still wants to be able to try to get as much as he can out of his lane in terms of experience, right? Like, you want to still hit 7. I don't think it was worth giving away the kills, but
G's on
right
the run.
now,
Funnick, he has no mana.
He can cog.
Yeah.
But blink in, immediate they just nope, not
he
a
gets
chance.
a kill. He's like, Death Ward would have gotten that kill, but he's like,
Or
no.
Maledict, you know? Anything.
Do you suppose one of the things in Na'Vi's favor is that when VP do come to push and fight around towers, Na'Vi have a lot of spells where you want people grouped up. They've got RP, they've got cooldown, they've got cogs and stuff like that, and Venom.
That's true, but they're never fighting as 5. I have yet to see them together as an entire team the entire game. Puppy's not even 6 yet, so he doesn't have Poison Nova. He might have it by the time that VP go for a push, but the thing that's so good about VP's lineup is, sure, they're not necessarily great at killing towers, but he's going to spot Boy Your Brain. So he's going to go ahead and wait for him to the low ground. He'll be fine. And Boy Your Brain's going to have his Lincolns really soon.
Now, just now. He has the money.
Oh, he has the recipe.
Yeah, he has the recipe. He's coming into the courier. He is 13 minutes Lincoln Sphere.
And treads.
That's nice.
And a
that's a nice thing to have.
For good measure.
And now let's fight.
Now, the thing that's funny to mention about Na'Vi is the only other way they have to break Lincolns other than Skywrath is the missile from Gyro, which people don't skill.
Yeah.
So breaking his Lincolns is going to be a huge pain for that Skywrath. And they were relying on him especially to be able to take down the Morphling, because that silence magic resist reduction is so strong that you can stop the Morphling from being able to get away if you get hookshot or something like that. So you can initiate on him. But since he has his Lincoln so early and Havost doesn't have Rocket, they don't actually have a way of comboing him.
So Gale doesn't break Lincolns?
No.
Wow.
Nothing that's like, you have to target him.
It's a targeted spell.
In general.
Things like Burrow Strike and Fissure will trigger Lincolns, and you won't get stunned. But those are kind of the only spells that do that.
Used to be, there were so many exceptions, and they were slowly being removed from the game.
Geez, just like, come at me. I'm going to jaunt to my orb behind your tier 1 tower. And there's really nothing that Na'Vi can do about this. They just don't have the damage.
Yeah.
And the really clever thing about this lineup, too, is that even if they take some damage, NS still has Voodoo Restoration. So he can sustain his team a little bit, because normally eating a call down and a couple of flares, you would have to back. But even at level 1, that ability gives you enough regeneration to stick around.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so cheap to keep up as well. That's the thing. Just 25 mana to proc, and then it's... Once you get the Arcane Boots, maybe a little bit of mana regen, you can pretty much keep it up forever. And you don't really care. So now, Light of Heaven has his mech. Lincoln Sphere on Morphling, which doesn't make him a right-click threat, but it makes him really, really hard to kill. And G, he has whatever he wants. I think at this point he should go straight into Shipstick.
He could. I mean, if you go straight Hex and you open on Havost, that hero dies. Like, there is no way that he lives through that kind of initiation. He only has 1,000 health.
He has a BKB.
The other thing I have to kind of question, too, is with G having such a good game, why phase boost? Like, why leave yourself susceptible to that kind of a gank?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Puppy. He's spotted out. NS and Arsart are both here on the high ground. Gale hits 2. Puppy might be able to get away. The cask only bounces once. Now NS and Arsart are both on retreat. They're Gale. They're like, we are in panic mode. Here comes the call down. Arsart, oh, he went for the swap.
Yeah,
but
nice BKB timing.
Actually, I think he missiled instead. Yeah, he missiled. That's why. Oh, light of heaven.
Wow.
Gonna get caught in the Space Dome. 2 kills going the way of Na'Vi. Funnick looked like he wanted to be able to hookshot that, but he didn't. He canceled instead. I think it's only level 1. I don't think it would have reached.
No, because now the swap works through BKB, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, swap does, yeah, but he had to have missiled because that's the only way your animation gets canceled.
Yeah.
It's a blink on Magnus, Dandy. 16-minute blink, not the best. But if Virtus Pro doesn't know about this, they can be in trouble next time they fight. Again.
Oh, blink, RP, they're going to find G. This is a very, very expensive kill that can get it, but he has a haste for it.
Oh, the timing.
He's going to use his phase shift and stop all the incoming damage. Talk about your all-time backfires. They committed a blink RP to that. So not only is the RP big, but they also showed the blink dagger. Now Funnick, he's going to get coiled in the bottom lane. G goes in, gets cogged, but it doesn't matter. Blow Your Brain actually gets the kill.
G didn't get an assist. No, 901.
His perfect record.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
But VP's still looking really strong. They have a 6-kill lead. Even though their tower push potential isn't great, Morphling is starting to get some damage in the form of just a lot of agility, and they have a Vengeful Spirit Aura too. So Virtus Pro seem to have a very well-balanced lineup that relies a lot on the fact that they can rotate during the early game. And to me, the Witch Doctor pick was ingenious because what other hero can apply that much damage that quickly to a hero who otherwise has an escape and being able to secure the kill? Now, Denby didn't play that great, to be honest, but I think if you get stunned against that hero, you take so much damage that you die anyway if the Witch Doctor is like level 3. So, or 4 in this case.
So getting that health back is also another important thing. He sticks with the level 1 cask. He's going to max his Voodoo Restoration now. And he can still keep it up. As you can see, he's not spending much mana into that. It's maybe like 10 mana a second on a guy that has 900. So it's not a big deal. This tower 2 is going... Oh, the hook misses.
Yeah, I think he was expecting him to go to the orb or something. I don't know. That was weird. Because it was like he was there for a second, and then the hookshot came off, but it wasn't even long enough anyway.
Nope. Slow pressure into these towers. At this point, it's like, thanks for the wards, we're getting 15 gold for each one. Can't hurt.
Those wards are power, though.
Doesn't have the ultimate, because he tried to use it on killing G.
The wards are a pain.
Soon, though.
They take a long time to kill.
Well, it is there now. So with that in mind, Dendi might now want to go. But VP has to know about this. And they say, okay, now everyone's in position.
Okay,
just go back.
I don't agree with this at all.
With what? Not going?
No ulti on Veno.
Oh, wow.
What?
Say what?
Like, why would you not get your ulti?
I don't get that.
Maybe he doesn't like AIDS.
I just don't get why you wouldn't spend the point. I mean, you have a soul ring, for crying out loud. You have the mana to use it.
And it's awesome.
It is very good, yes. It does 36 damage a second for 12 seconds at level 1.
Now you must
Maybe he waits until 2, or waits until 11 to skill it twice.
What, like Darkseer style?
But it still kind of makes it so, yeah, we don't have the damage to really commit to a fight. Maybe he just thinks between Voodoo Restoration and Mech that it doesn't matter if he has his ulti, but it's still damage that is being dealt, right?
Something they have to deal with, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really say that I think that's a good choice.
And now Na'Vi placed the ward, and immediately Witch Doctor dropped a sentry. So they can probably see this ward if they get high ground view.
Yeah.
But they don't right at the moment. And Witch Doctor just didn't want to risk it because everyone from Na'Vi was around. They'll just sit on that sentry ward, wait for a little while, and once these guys just leave the area, they're going to deward it.
Yeah, VP maintained a pretty solid lead here right now at 20 minutes in, around 7,500 gold, which is pretty hefty, to be honest. Havos could be getting caught out here in the woods. Blow Your Brains here in the back.
He has a BKB.
He realizes, yeah, he can BKB.
Dire's top tower is
still,
under
though,
attack.
dangerous situation.
He's still a wolf.
He needs that damage, man.
My wolf, not
effective
your wolf.
farm. You know who else is farming really well? Blow Your Brain.
Yeah.
He's going to have his E-Blade in the next 1,200 gold.
Do you agree with the E-Blade in this case?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? With Maldic? It's freaking great. You just combo the guy, and even if the combo doesn't kill him, he still dies. And yeah, I don't know what that was. That Cog and Skywrath ulti on absolutely nothing. That was...
Oh, it was G. It was G.
Well, it wasn't G, because G wasn't there.
Well, he got away.
Oh, Coil onto Havos. No BKB. Oh, yeah, he does have the BKB. He pops it now. Puppy. He's going to be the first one to drop. Call down does a little bit of damage, but not too much. Oh, 3-man RP coming out from Dendi. This could be what they need if they can get any damage done. But Dendi just dies so fast. The Death Ward doing absolute work. Gee, he is beyond godlike. Oh man, it looked pretty good for a moment there, but the damage follow-up was just non-existent. Boy, wouldn't it have been nice to have like Skywrath ulti and Cogs and a hook for that?
Oh, gee, do you think so?
Wow.
Maybe. No, G's on the other team.
Ha ha.
Very good.
Got him.
Very good.
What a game. Okay, so here's my take on this.
So?
Na'Vi, not their best game, but BP, they've surprised me. They've executed this, and this is not an easy lineup to execute.
Yeah, agreed.
This is a hard, like, if BP had lost this game, we would be like, oh, BP just going for super greedy, super hard to execute lineup, didn't work for them.
Oh, hook shot on G. This could be their time. The ulti comes down from Skywrath, and NS didn't have any mana for Voodoo Restoration. That is 1,300 gold going the way of Dendi. He'll be happy with that. Can they manage to get more? Swap onto Blow Your Brain. Blow Your Brain waveforms out, and they go for Arsart because of the swap. And now Blow Your Brain's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I have my e-blade completed. I'll go back to the base and buy it. And now I can basically insta-kill anyone on the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking the gold graph, optimistically hoping to see a bounce back.
No.
For the 1,300 gold, but no.
Not yet.
Nope.
Doesn't it take a while?
It takes like 30 seconds to a minute, I think,
yeah,
to update.
We'll see. It's clearly not there.
It was 1,326 gold anyway. That's the maximum, isn't it? I think that's
no, if you're level 25, you get like...
It's like 14, 16 or something, I think is the max.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bounce back.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's fine.
Gigantic turnaround. Absolutely huge for Na'Vi.
It's a little bit of the mountain you can have a picnic on, waiting for things to get better.
I thought I was like... I wanted to go full StarCraft there, but I held back.
It worked sometimes. It worked for me last time. I called it.
It did.
They turned it around.
You know what else is crazy?
Uh-oh. What? G? No. Blow Your Brain?
Yeah, but Blow Your Brain can't be killed. He's a water man. You can't kill water.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
this could be interesting.
Oh man, if he lands a nice RP, he even has a double damage. They need to make sure everyone's around though. Puppy now has his ultimate.
What if he gets a courier? Does he get a courier? No, not the courier.
I don't think the courier is worth it instead of the team fight. Initiation, Dendi, RP on 3. Cogs actually getting Blow Your Brain by himself, and he dies first.
Oh, nice
Vacuum wall coming in from Light of Heaven, trying to turn it around. Kuro quite low on health at the moment. Puppy can be the next one, potentially to go down here. Arsart, he wants to get out. He's going to get nuked, but he swaps Light of Heaven up to the high ground to try to get away from this, but runs right into Havost. And now Dendi, he wants more. It's a killing spree for him. Blow Your Brain buys back into the game. Not entirely sure if that was worth it. He does go for the combo. E-Blade, waveform, almost killing Havost straight away. Yeah, okay, now it's worth it because they killed him. But I was kind of feeling like that might have been a little bit... That was ballsy.
That was ballsy.
Puppy ran out of mana in the middle of that fight to cast his Nova.
Immediately after dying buys a full magic one because he doesn't want that happening again.
Sorry, man. That's why you buy Arcanes.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're... He was kind of jungling, so...
But it's kind of handy for your team as well, right? I mean, I guess they're thinking Skywrath's going to get
But they know
Arcanes.
Dendi's getting Arcanes.
Yeah, Dendi, Skywrath, so he's like, oh, good trade.
Now, you know what? Clearly, BP is winning.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi is not out of the game to me.
No, they're not. That's the crazy thing, because they keep getting these really good counter initiations or just starting the fight. Like the way that fight went down, Blow Your Brain got isolated in Cogs when Dendi hits a 3-man RP. That is not really likely if you think about it, because you have to land the Cogs perfectly to get one hero inside when 3 of them are next to each other. So the way it worked out was great because they killed Blow Your Brain before he did anything. Like he got RP'd into Sky Dome into dead. Like there was nothing else coming out of him. So that fight went as good as you could have asked it to if you're Na'Vi. If they can keep taking fights like that, then they'll be able to stay in the game. However, the first time where a shotgun combo goes off and they have no rebuttal and they just lose a hero, the base siege comes in from BP.
Yeah, pretty much. And right now, everyone knows that Roshan is kind of an important objective. You put that Aegis on the Blow Your Brain, and you can't stop that Waterman. However, if you give that to Gyrocopter, then maybe you have enough sustained damage to again get a favorable team fight. It also matters if Virtus Pro decides to get a gem, because you kind of got lucky with Dendi having an Invis rune there. If you just start having a little bit more map control, those kind of things would never happen. You would get also total control of the Roche pit. You can do Roche on whatever you want, and suddenly things become much easier. But can BP afford to get a gem in one of their supports? They have the money. They do have the money, but maybe they want
technology.
They have the we can build them. We can make him better.
Oh, Blow Your Brain is going for a BKB, by the way. I think this is okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because he already does so much damage. With a Vlad's and Vengeful Spirit Aura and his base agility, he hits for 300, give or take, anyway. He doesn't have the Vlad's right now, but because it's base damage, it's like, it's crazy good for him. So I think BKB is fine. I think Manta would have been fine too, because you really only have to Manta one ability.
Yep.
Although he could be scared of just getting RP directly into Silence, directly into Skywrath ulti.
What about Skadi?
Well, Skadi doesn't really give you the escape, and I still think you take so much damage from that ultimate anyway from Skywrath during the RP that you could die. And that was with only level 1 Mystic Flare. Now, Mystic Flare is going to probably be level 2 by the next real engagement, and that's a 50% damage increase from level 1, which is pretty significant. And again, no magic resist at all because you'll be silenced. So I still think BKB is probably the best choice.
Fair enough.
And it's cheaper than a Manta.
Okay, and if you're the supports from VP, what do you go for? Do you go for a pipe now?
You could go pipe. Oh, Puppey. Hex here. Bottom lane. G. He's got another haste rune. How unfortunate is that? Arsart going in. He wants the stun. G. He's going to get hook shot. He's going to be forced to phase shift. Funnick's still standing nearby. Throws at the cogs. G going to get hit by those as well. And now G's like, I want the heck out of here. I think he might actually just die to the damage over time. So,
yeah.
He just dies. He dies to a rocket, but I think he would have been dead either way. NS was nearby with the Voodoo Restoration, but unfortunately does not save him. Now Arsart's also in trouble. He's going to get spotted out by Dendi. Skewer's going to be there. Puppey, he pops the Soul Ring, goes for the Gale. Havos dies in the meantime to blow your brain. What the heck was Havos doing all the way down here? I will never know. Because I was saying to myself, man, Na'Vi are actually kind of pulling this back because they keep finding nice picks, and then I see Havos just die in the middle of no man's land.
That's just what shouldn't have happened, and Puppey weirdly force staffs.
It wasn't his force staff.
No, it was Funnick. No, it wasn't Funnick. It was... What?
Who force staffed him?
I don't know. Dendi probably.
Dendi did, yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Why would you get a force staff on Magnus?
Because when you go in, you're leaving yourself no escape if you don't have a force staff.
Well, you have the skewer, but...
And you can get silenced,
right,
which is really bad.
Yep.
You're just going under the assumption that, hey, if I initiate on this team, I'm expecting to eat a puck coil or a silence, or both. And if you get silenced, then you need a way to be able to get out of the coil without leaving yourself like stuck outside of the coil, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you'll get immediately stunned if you just walk out of it. But if you force staff out, then you're a larger distance away from the action, which is probably what he's looking for.
You know what? I'm really pissed at Virtus Pro right now. Check out the wards. There are 3 sentries, 3 observer wards for Na'Vi. No warding whatsoever. And they're ahead.
4, actually.
4, yes.
He just placed this one.
So, I just feel that Na'Vi is getting these pickoffs, is getting this advantage in the team fights because they know at all times when Virtus Pro goes into their side of the road, of the map.
Do you think Virtus Pro thought they had it sort of locked down and they sort of thought, well, we don't need wards?
You should never think that way. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. Like, you should never just think, oh yeah, we won. You should always think, what can we do to make sure that we win? And yeah, they just buy a gem because they realize that they're like, hey, they're starting to move a bit defensively. They notice whenever we move on our side of the map. Any experienced team realizes the movement that you make. It's like, okay, when I see this reaction, I can assume this. Na'Vi staying near that bottom lane where their ward coverage is, immediately backing as soon as VP crosses the river. They clearly have wards.
Right.
And now they see with the courier. Does the courier gem work? Like if there's a gem in the courier?
I think it does. But there's no reason to just leave it on the courier because
of course.
Still pretty far ahead.
And now they can farm the jungle. Like, this is what you get. You just rewarded that. Now you can farm the opponent's jungle.
And as soon as they walk up to the high ground over here by the Ancients at some point, it's just going to be like ward fiesta. It's like, you get a ward, and you get a ward.
And you get a poison ward as well.
But it just goes to show the experience of the team of Na'Vi too, because they understand what they need to do to stay in the game. A lot of teams would just crumble under the pressure of being on the back foot for, let's say, the whole game, basically. I mean, Roshan level 1 is kind of what says, okay, now we're just behind. And then it was, we're going to continue to be behind for the next 30 minutes. And they're still pretty darn close, considering. Yeah,
any other team, I think, would have been gone by this time. And there's a BKB completed on the Morphling. But Na'Vi, they've been playing really smartly. They're taking the engagement so they can trade pretty much evenly every time. Maybe sometimes a little bit in their advantage. They're still behind in kills, but that was mostly due to G's amazing. Yeah, the tower, the Raxis.
Yeah. Puppy,
blow.
He's stuck in the middle of the action. 3-man coil coming out from G. Bully Brain pops the BKB, throws autos onto Puppy. Funnick, he's going to be forced out to the low ground, but G, in the meantime, he picks up a double kill after killing Kuroki. So the supports on the side of Na'Vi go down. Puppy buys back, swap from Arsart. The immediate RP reaction coming in from Dendy. Skewers there. Shockwave hits on all 4 that are left, but Havost, he just can't stand to the damage. Puppy, he's on retreat now as well. Throws out a Gale, hits a few.
Might kill
I think they might be able to actually turn this. There's a shotgun combo going out onto Puppy, but Puppy's relatively tanky right now, and Bully Your Brain's going to be forced to...
Then he wants to come back.
To wave his way back.
Get low. He will get it.
He's got Blink.
He's got everything.
He has a lot of stats that he can convert, though, which is a really dangerous thing to think about.
Yeah.
He might try to go for Light of Heaven,
no,
but it's
he
going to be
can't
hard.
get
Yeah, mech now, off cooldown.
I think Dendy still could have gone for Blow Your Brain. He still could have gone there if he was gone a little bit greedy, but again,
maybe those early kills mid, getting killed all those times, has made him gun shy.
Could be. It's not past the pro player, even the best player in the world, as people say. Dendy is. Yeah. I wouldn't really argue much with that. You're vulnerable to these kind of psychological reactions.
He has pulled it down back to 7-7. He was 2-6. So as the game's gone on, I think he's obviously.
His RPs have been good, though.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
2 or 3 man pretty much every time.
If his RPs weren't on point, the game would have been over.
Yeah.
And even that great RP that he had just kind of delayed the team fight. It didn't make it go their way.
Well, there were already 2 people dead.
Look at those wards.
Yeah.
Oh, someone spit me.
It's like, stay out of the pit.
Yeah.
We don't want you guys in here. Please don't kill Roshan. That would be really hard for us to deal with.
Top. G finds Revos.
He's got a Hex.
Yeah, but
he's gonna... I don't think he has to BKB here, actually.
No. He just walks away. If there's but if Blow Your Brain comes...
He might not BKB fast enough now, that's the problem. But Blow Your Brain actually doesn't go for it. He turns around instead. They want to go on Puppy. Darkseer wall dropped by Light of Heaven. Interesting. Okay, Puppy's dead. Goodbye.
There was that Malithus.
There was everything. There was Death Ward. There was everything.
Like, they just said all the abilities right there. And picking off Puppy is nice and everything, but it's just a support Venno. The team fight potential of Na'Vi is still quite strong, even without him. Poison Nova is decent.
Go Roche.
They could,
do not fight. Go Roche. That's what you do now.
Do you suppose part of it is that with Venno down, you're not going to have to face a wall of wards at all?
Well, the vision is the most important thing that wards give you. Flare is nice, but just having that constant annoyance of taking damage and saying, okay, yeah, I'm slowed. It can be enough to make VP not want to go for it. Right. Oh, blink in from G. He's going to spot out Havo's silence on him as well.
G, run away.
Counter silence, swap from Arsart. That was perfect timing. Taking a bullet for his team. Dendy comes in, gets an RP on 2. Light of Heaven and Witch Doctor both stuck inside. Cog's going to be there from Funnick as well. Light of Heaven now dropping very low. Coil on 2. Oh,
damage.
Man. Gyro getting taken down. Blink back in from G. Throws at the Waning Rift. He gets a kill as well. Buyback on the Skywrath.
Best swap.
And Na'Vi do not want to give away this Roshan.
Na'Vi knows that if they get this...
Oh, Funnick.
Oh, you're in trouble, friend.
I think he's got it.
He has a shit.
He's got the kill. Blow Your Brain comes in. Wow. They instantly burst down Kuro. Puppy, he's on retreat. E-Blade is there as well.
Ruro.
Yeah, Arsart and G are both on the low ground. There's no way he gets away from this. It's a triple kill for Blow Your Brain. It's 27-16 now, 33 minutes in. The range racks was killed a bit earlier, but now the melee racks are going to be under siege. And this looks like a really bad spot, honestly.
Funnick comes and tries to make something happen.
Straight away. Blow Your Brain has no health, but he's just man-fighting. Skewer inside of the base. They're going to manage to pick off Morphling. That's 1,000 gold for Dendy. Arsart, he's going to get surged, but he just doesn't care. Funnick, he reinitiates. He manages to find G. Light of Heaven trying to give him the karate chop as hard as he can, but he doesn't have any mana. Funnick's going to be able to juke inside of the base. Unbelievable, and Dendy actually goes down. Now he's going to buy back as well. The melee rack still stands at a roughly half HP. NS is now here, throwing out the Voodoo Restoration. Dendy, he wants another kill. Light of Heaven up on the high ground, throws up the mech, and that should be enough to make Dendy not want to pursue this any longer.
The Rex is going. Okay,
well, I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's still fine.
Yeah. And there's a lot of regen on that.
Yeah, 5 health regen.
Yep. Gets back really hard. That's actually a really nice change. I think you have to decide whether you can kill the Rex or not, because if you can't,
you know what,
most
man?
likely, yeah, what?
They should just respawn.
I think there's a game that you can play if you want that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I heard.
That sounds awesome.
You know, just looking just after that fight,
you troll.
Puppy went mid and threw a shockwave, Dendy, and completely missed the creep wave. And he just doesn't seem to be in his game. That's not the kind of thing I see him do very often. I watched him play a lot, as I'm sure everybody has. He always seems to, his mechanics always seem to be ridiculously good.
What happened if Navi gets these rows right now?
Well, I think it would keep them afloat. I don't think it would necessarily give them a huge advantage, but I think it would keep them in the game, which is what they need at this point, because they just bought back on 3 heroes. Dendy, Kuro, and Funnick all bought back, I think.
Yep.
Skyrath did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did.
And the Skyrath did before as well.
Yeah, so a lot of people bought back for that fight on the side of Navi. I think if they don't get Roche, they just end up behind. Initiation on middle, double skewer coming in from Dendy. There's the Mystic Flare. Arsart's going to die along with an S. Both supports down. It's going to be a quad Waning Rift and Coil coming out from G. The wall in the vacuum is there, but the wall only hits on Kuro. The cooldown's coming in. Boy Your Brain has the BKB popped. Aegis going down now excuse me, Havos, he's going to respawn.
He's going to die again.
No, I don't know if he dies again here. G might actually be the one going down. Pops the BKB, although it's a little bit late. Takes quite a bit of damage. And oh yeah, Blow Your Brain. He fists the water right into him.
He's huge.
It's a lot of damage. That looked pretty good for a minute there for Navi. They start off by killing 2 heroes straight away. And Blow Your Brain's forced to BKB immediately, but the net worth difference is really what's influencing the game now.
G tracing Funnick here.
Did anyone buy back from Virtus Pro? Oh, well.
No, I don't think. Did NS buy back? Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, it's just an S. It's the support. That money should go to buybacks anyway. It's not much of an importance.
Navi have taken one tower.
Tags on Witch Doctor is legit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, or having a BKB would also be nice.
But you don't need it.
And we're going to see a buyback again. This time it's going to be on Havos. Yeah.
You know, these buybacks, they start getting more and more expensive.
Well, when you already have a 15,000 gold lead, if you're forcing the other team to buy back, things get a bit better.
Yep. Not also that, it's also the next time. And you can't buy back, and maybe you have 100 seconds in your respawn timer. That makes you a sad panda.
Yeah, agreed.
Have you seen this? That Navi have taken just 1 tower so far. They've been on the back foot since before the creep spawn, basically, with the Roche.
Yeah. Have you ever done a Roche on level 1, Pyrian?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I was told we had to have an Ursa, we had to have a Skeleton King for the Vampiric Aura. I think we had a
You actually only need those 2 heroes.
Yeah, we also took a Juggernaut with a healing ward just for good
You let the Skeleton King tank first, and then you let the Ursa tank as soon as he gets enough Fury Swipes to where he can just life steal through the damage, and you can just do it with 2 heroes.
Well, we're not very good, Andy, but we did our best, and we got that level 1 Roche. It was a good feeling.
Yeah, if you have healing ward too, it makes it like super easy.
The other team were like, "Whoa."
But that's really just credit to VP though, because we're talking about level 1 Roche teams, but you look at VP and you're like, that is the slowest level 1 Roche ever. Like, it really is. They don't have any damage, but they have the sustain to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Did Venge take the damage aura? Is that what she took?
Yeah, she took Command Aura level 1. Yeah. I guess it's not called Command Aura.
Vengeance Aura.
Vengeance Aura. It was called Command Aura in Warcraft 3.
I see.
And Morphling had like 200 health because he was full.
He just stands there and takes damage, does the damage. Healing ward, Voodoo Restoration from Witch Doctor. Karate chops, and whatever Puck does, shoots balls of blue glowing.
I think he like puts his hands together and forms magic.
Oh, does he?
And throws it at you.
I'm gonna watch him right now and see what he does.
You know what's funny?
He or she.
Virtus Pro lost the gem.
Yeah.
And Kuroki has it right now.
That is a bit unfortunate, but
it's not a game changer.
Yeah, agreed.
By any means. Puck went Lincoln Sphere after the shipstick.
Because he doesn't want to get freaking silenced anymore, man. You know how annoying it is to play a Puck and trying to match your abilities, and all you hear is silence. It's frustrating, man.
Yeah. It is. It really is.
But so anyway. Virtus Pro continuing to assume their map control here. Double smoke bought up on their side as well, so they can just choose to gank.
How does that happen? The 2 guys buying smokes. It's like Light of Heaven says, "Hey, let's buy smokes." And all the guys go, "Smoke."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what teams should do. They should listen.
Yeah, but I mean, normally one guy maybe buying the smoke.
Someone should tell someone you get
Well, the thing is, you can actually smoke on 2 different people because it has a cooldown. So you have to put it on somebody else anyway. So you can't just buy 2 smokes because it's 60 seconds before you can use the second one.
So this is maximizing the smoke usage.
Yeah, smoke efficiency. It's like you smoke in, you gank, and then you fake back, and then you smoke again.
Oh.
And then you kill them.
And you kill no one because you already killed them before.
Right, but then you can take their base.
With a smoke.
But then they can't see you coming when you take their base.
He's a genius.
They never see me coming.
Who's that? Bounty?
No. It was a Warcraft 3
They'll never see me coming.
Yeah, they'll never see me. It's Gyrocopter in Warcraft 3.
No, it's not Gyro.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
We have liftoff.
No, it's they'll never see me coming is it's a female voice. I know that. I just can't remember what it is.
Windrunner?
No. It's not a Dota thing.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's Gyrocopter.
No way, man. I think it's StarCraft actually.
People tweet that to me.
I think it's the
Don't never. It's like an old man voice. I thought it was
Banshee.
Gyrocopter.
Yes, I knew it was StarCraft. Thank you, Scriff or Wepos. God. I knew I was right. Yes.
I think we're talking about two different things.
You've upset.
Yeah, I knew. I meant Wepos when I said it. Whatever, man. They're both Swedish.
Whoa.
Bam.
Offends nation.
Shots fired.
What a
Which one says? Which hero is this? Says invisibility when he gets an invisibility rune.
Gyrocopter.
It might be invisibility.
For me, everything is Gyrocopter today.
A bit.
Yeah.
So there's been a lull of action.
Yeah, that's why we've
A
been
bit.
talking about
Yeah.
sounds and.
But I mean, Virtus Pro are just doing their thing, right?
They're doing
just
a smoky
assuming the map
groupie
control.
up
They're
the
like,
stairs,
yeah, you can't really do anything about this. We're going to smoke in your base. And there's no detection here
Yeah.
either. This is a
Oh,
wide open.
surprise!
No, Phonic!
No!
Oh,
Boink.
Dire's
That's
top
It's a little bit uncalled for.
that poor Pots and Pans robot. He didn't
Blow,
deserve
The
it.
tin machine.
Team man.
And this is free
battle
melee Rex.
plan.
They might even be able to just rotate mid.
Dire's top
Because without Phonic, they don't have a hero who can effectively zone anyone out. And it's really useful to have him against heroes like Witch Doctor because he can stop things like Death Ward, which do become a very high damage ability to deal with, especially when you have a strong front line who's a very farmed Morphling in Light of Heaven. So you can see the wall of Plague Wards being put down here
God.
by Puppy.
Sucks to be Benno in this
He's
situation.
like, please God, let this be enough.
Yes. It's like,
It's like building a wall at the beach to try and stop the water knocking over your sandcastle.
the TD part of Dota.
I really gotta say, though,
nice that they're good now.
VP,
Ooh.
almost taking about half his health there from that shotgun. VP have played this great.
Yeah.
Can't really say anything other than that. They took Na'Vi off their game straight away by getting the level 1 Roshan. Dendi, if I were to say like two things that went horribly wrong, obviously not scouting level 1 Rosh hurt them. But Dendi, man, he got absolutely crushed this
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
Who saw that coming?
Like, this might have been the worst Dendi game I've seen in ages.
Yeah. Yeah. I seem to remember another game that he played equally well.
But then he still played okay
Magnus?
during the mid game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he's got most of the kills. In fact, he's got 8 kills, and the next nearest is 4. So yeah.
So his recovery, given his circumstances, is still very good.
Yeah.
It's just that when you get like decimated, right, in your lane, like you're 2 and 6, like that is so hard to come back from.
But, like he went 2 and 6, and then I think it's 8 and 8.
8 and 8.
Yeah. So he basically went 2 and 6, and then went 6 and 2 in the mid.
What can I say? Laning phase win games.
Yeah, you know, somebody I know used to say that a lot. Can't remember who it was.
I don't remember. Who was it?
Me?
Now you're trolling me.
It was me, Bruno.
It was Perry.
I told you that yesterday. I said, Bruno,
Everybody knows
let
it
me
was
lay
Perry.
some knowledge on you. And you sat down on my knee, and I said, Bruno, lanes win games. And he said, God, you're right.
I said I want a pony for Christmas.
I said, no.
You've been a bad boy, Bruno. You don't get it for Christmas.
Damn.
Oh, Aghanim's finished here on Puppy.
Yep. And
That's a pretty good damage boost.
Poison Nova level 3 pretty much at level 2.
Man, 15 seconds. That is a long Poison Nova.
Long.
And when he gets 16, it's going to be even more damage. Although, truthfully, there's already a BKB on the one hero who really needs it.
Yeah.
The
So-
chairs in this studio are way less comfortable than the ones in the other studio.
A little bit.
Well, it's expected because that's like the real studio.
Yeah.
This is the one where they put us when we've been naughty.
This
But we
is
have the light.
Yeah, this is the
control.
naughty stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Dire's courier has
I
been
love
killed.
Courier
Built-in.
snipe.
Nice.
Well,
Yep, Courier snipe. Na'Vi, they lose their flying chicken. Unfortunate.
It's a ferret.
it turns into a bird.
Oh, yeah,
Of
it turns
sorts.
into the
I
blue
don't even know
bird.
what it is. I just called it a flying chicken.
Flying chicken.
I would have liked to have seen a flying
I don't
ferret.
think I don't think they actually make that.
Kukucha.
Anyone in this cast ever seen a chicken?
What? Oh, swap onto Puppy. E-Blade combo comes out straight away. RP on 2 and the Skywrath ulti. They're going to be able to take down Bowl Your Brain straight away. The damage output just so high on the side of Na'Vi. And there's double buyback so far. Everyone now alive again on VP. They teleport right back to their tier 1 mid. They want to continue this push. They know that RP is down. That damage, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was a perfect initiation, really, if you think about it, because they went on Puppy, And then Puppy got his Poison Nova off, didn't die, and then the two heroes who got Poison Nova got RP'd.
Yep.
And then Morphling didn't BKB. So he just went,
well, he still has a BKB.
I'm dead.
It's fine. He has a Satanic now.
He's going to have a Satanic and an Aegis, so technically he's going to have 3 lives.
He's going to be immortal. He can get a refresher to refresh the Satanic.
And the thing I think that hurts the most... Oh, Jendy, he got the cheese! He skewers out as well, but he gets swamped back in! Eat the cheese!
Oh. Sell the cheese!
He's dead for 90 seconds, but he can buy out.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was really nice.
You know what's funny? It's like there was no hesitation. He just went in straight away and got the cheese.
He bought back.
So now he's going to have BKB, and I don't know if he'll have RP in time. That's the problem. Like, it's 30 seconds left. Cogs coming out defensively here. They're going to pop the linkage as well.
So slow.
Boy, your brain.
Oh, so slow. Water.
He's trying really hard to not be slow.
But he's eating the wards.
Oh, G blinks forward, gets a Hex onto Havost. They're going to be able to burst him here. Havost, he gets the cheese, then he gave it to him. He's going to be back at full health. Then he goes in the fight, though. He gets immediately disabled. The cask bounces. So strong. Death Ward not being dropped. It's a double kill for Boy Your Brain. Havost, he's trying to run away. Pipe applied to him.
Triple.
Simply doesn't matter. Ultra. It's going to be an Ultra. Go for the Rampage, Boy Your Brain.
Yes.
We believe in you. Puppy's trying to retreat. Just give it to him.
No,
they call the GG before the Rampage. The 2-foot Rampage. Can he get it? Punch the water.
No, one more. Save yourself, Puppy. He escaped.
They call it GG. There's not going to be a Rampage for Boy Your Brain. That's a really sad guy right there. He deserved it, man.
He deserved it. What an amazing game. BP.
Puppy's never going to feed a Rampage to somebody. Never, ever, ever. In a million years would he say, take it, buddy.
He's got too much self-respect for that.
Damn straight.
1-5, 1-16. And wow, Light of Heaven, kind of like a candidate for the Malk Award.
Yeah? Well, I mean, he only died 3 times.
Yeah.
The Malk.
But he still farmed a lot. He had, he was getting close to his Hex, or Shivas, I guess, at the end of the game. And then Mech was done